What's up, Lemonheads? Welcome to another episode of From the Yellow Chair. For those of you that are listening today, I'm really excited to have our guest with us as we talk a little bit about giving back to the trades, how the trades sticks together like a family, and one of the most awesome organizations that Lemon Seed's lucky to be a part of. And I know that this lady on this call with us today is feels lucky to be a part of as well. So sit back, listen up as we talk about how impactful the trades industry really is. So let's sip some lemonade. All right. Tanya Strittmatter, friend, I know you are the life of the party every time I go to it. Like I'm looking for you and Joe to see what kind of craziness we can get into, especially if I have Lapita, the sales assistant, with us.
Yeah, that's where trouble always comes is when we all get together.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hey, we
So,
work hard to
hey,
play hard.
well, that's right. That's right. Well, one of the things I always start off with, and I know that we're going to talk today about the Joseph Groh Foundation and things like that, but I always like to ask everyone on the podcast, hey, Tanya, tell me something of why people should listen to what you have to say. I know you come from the trade, so I wanted to hear a little backstory about you.
As far as why they should listen or a backstory, because there's, I mean,
Both, both. I think they should know how deep you are in the industry.
yes, no, I've not grown up in the trades, but my husband grew up in the trades. He's a second generation business owner, so I was alongside him for a good part of that time before I decided to join him. Um, I feel like the whole point of us learning how to do anything is one, to be able to do something good for ourselves, but then to be able to give back and teach what we've learned to other people. We definitely did everything the wrong way the first time. And
Mm.
if we're able to help someone to maybe not have to go through all of that hardship to be able to find something that we've found out that it worked for us, then that's what we want to do. We want to be able to not only about a technician standpoint to be able to grow our technicians, but then with other business owners, even people that were within our same market, then if we align ourselves together, then the customers have an expectation of it's not one we're not competing against each other on the look, the feel, the words, the whatever. We start to, look the same, sound the same, where it's building an expectation for our customers too. I mean, obviously, none of us are here without that. So, if we're able to help build up other people and be able to align together within our industry, then it's like the sky's the limit for everyone.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, and I will say this. I am a trade baby. Like I was
Hmm.
born into this industry and things like that. And I give a lot of credits like organizations like Service Nation and things like that that really have been like this centralizing hub for contractors to come together, visit with like-minded people that are struggling with the same things and trying to overcome the same things, but also just the exposure that you get from being a part of those groups to things like the Joseph Grow Foundation and how it encourages you to be a part of it. And I know, I mean, I feel like I speak the same for you. I have actually seen the work that Joseph Grow Foundation has done. They tend to highlight like a lot of their stories of where you actually see your dollars being put to work. And
Hmm.
so it's one of Lemon Seed's favorite organizations. We give every year that we have our conference, we give a donation to Joseph Grow because it's
Thank
important that we support the industry and we support organizations that are such a big part of the trades for sure. So
you.
I
Hmm.
know that you bring a lot to the table here. I think you're a great addition as a board member. So
Thank
why
you.
don't you tell us a little bit? What is the mission of the Joseph Grow Foundation? Just tell us a little bit about the foundation as a whole.
Okay, well, let's start with how everything got started. So
Okay.
Joseph Grow, he it was born in the trades. He was the third generation in the trades. His son now and daughter both in the trades, and they're grazing the fifth generation in the trades. They
Mm,
were on the vendor side of things, so they were in like on the manufacturing side with equipment dealers. And 2008, it was Father's Day, and Joe went out for just a regular bike ride, just afternoon, just, get out of the house, do whatever. Uh, Hit a rock, went over the handlebars, and ended up being paralyzed from his C7 vertebrae down. So pretty much from his shoulders down, he was paralyzed. So freak
Oh God.
accident, just something that, I mean, just regular day, and then this is what
Yeah.
happens. So he had his community of people within the trades, his customers and people that he worked with as far as contractors, but then the rest of his community that he worked with, they all kind of poured into him to be able to help get him accessible within his home and make things comfortable for him. And he had this, kind of group around him where it was the thought of like, wow, this probably happens all the time. People aren't
Yeah.
prepared. They're not prepared for an injury or something that ends up having such an impact on just your day-to-day life. And that was
Mm.
kind of his kind of key moment of, aha, wow, this could be something that we could do. Again, always being a part of the trades, then it was always about this family connection and how we take care of each other. And so 2000 and uh, into 2009, 2010, then he started the foundation. So it is a 501c3 charitable foundation.
Hmm.
And the main mission for us is education to people that have either been through a disability or have that have been disabled, for them and for their caregivers. So just resources of information of what does it look like now, and what are some key things that are important for your day to day, just health wise. If you end up not being able to be mobile on your own, and you spend a lot of time, probably laying in a bed or in a chair or whatever the case is, then things that are important for you to do just for your own health. But then financial assistance to be able to help make things better for them. So majority of the grants that we give are bathroom remodels, ramps to be
Oh.
able to make their home accessible, vehicle retrofitting to be able to get them where they can get out of the house and have that independence. But then there's also even uh, automating your house. Right now, I mean, technology is such a major part of everything.
Oh yeah.
So being
True.
able, control lights with your phone, your thermostat from your phone, being able to have things that make it where you still feel like you have control over certain things if you can't just get up and walk over to take care of it. And then the other major part is we partner with some vendors on being able to provide short term and long term disability. If business owners are not providing that to their technicians, then we work with some people that we can connect people with to have that as a resource. Because what Joe Grow always says is that people are more prepared to die than they are to have a disability. And
Oh, yeah,
I
that's true.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like so many people, like you don't think about it. So like my husband even has like a walking um disability. I hate to use that word at this moment, but still like his ability to navigate like uneven, even like uneven like gradient in the ground
Hmm.
or stepping over things or
Hmm.
anything like that. Like he just doesn't have that. And it really will change like just your ability to live life what you would think would be normal. And so I completely understand like this is devastating to people that work with their hands, with their legs, that get up and down
Hmm.
ladders, in and out of trucks and push and pull all day long. And so,
Hmm.
that statement's very true. Like they're probably much more prepared to die than they are to live in that altered state.
Hmm.
And I've seen a few of the stories as a board member. So right now you sit as a board member for him
Hmm.
on his organization, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What are some of the like impactful stories? Like, do you have some specific examples of a few times that you guys have done a specific project for a recipient?
Well, I actually have a letter that I would love to share from a recipient that went through as a car accident. And this is what he sent back to us after we were able to help him with a bathroom remodel. He said, "Dear Joseph Groh Foundation, I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude for your incredible support. The bathroom remodel has been nothing short of a miracle for me, even amidst the challenges we faced with the contractor." That's a side note we'll get into later. But
Yeah.
after my accident, I struggled to accept my new reality. I hesitated to make any changes that would remind me of my disability, which only made life harder for my girlfriend, my devoted caretaker. But thanks to your foundation, I have found a renewed hope and an outlook on life. Being able to take a shower when I want, to care for myself in simple yet profound ways, has opened my eyes to what truly matters. I realize now that adapting my home doesn't signify weakness, it's a path to reclaiming my independence and dignity. You've given me more than just physical accessibility, you've given me my life back. I will forever be grateful for the light you've brought into my world.
Oh
Oh
gosh.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
It gives me chills.
So yes. Well, and so many of us are so blessed and so lucky to not
Mhm,
be faced with those challenges. But, at
mhm,
the end of the day, I think it's really important that we acknowledge that the Joseph Grow Foundation is doing good things. Our industry, home service industry people are doing really good things. We're here to talk about the importance of keeping your inner circle, keeping, not being afraid to share content like, oh, if I share or if I get too close to people in the industry, they might take from me and all those things. You can't live your life that way.
right.
And so when you build this network of people, you build this network of support when things like that, go down, when things start
Mhm,
happening. So
mhm.
how does Joseph Grow what is the foundational pieces? And I think you kind of leaned into it here with that contractor issue, but how does the foundation itself ensure that it reaches those in need? So what is their process? Do they just listen for stories? Is there an application process? Like, how does that
Mhm.
work?
So, the grants are given to anyone that has a connection with the home service industry. So, all of our, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, roofing, pest control, garage doors, whatever the case is, not only for the person that is within the industry, but even their family. So, we've had situations where we've helped the daughter or son of a contractor that ended up going through something that resulted in a disability or a life altering injury. So anyone that is connected to the trades, then the process is just that. It's just an application. You can do that straight through our website. Those applications all still go directly to Joseph Grow. So he is the one that's going to receive them. He is then going to send that out to the board, and then we decide what we can or can't do, or what suggestions we can make if it's maybe not something we can help with. A lot of the equipment for rehabilitation for people is very expensive. It's really
Mm,
sad how expensive some things are. So we look to see what's the best fit on what we can do to be able to help them. And
okay.
then once we have that process, we're helping contractors all over the United States. It's not, Joe and myself, we live in North Texas. It's not, it's not just something that happens to someone around here. This is
Yeah.
nationwide. So we've started to be able to kind of build a bank of contractors, where if we end up in a city that's maybe close to somewhere, even, I mean, close to us is within a couple hours of maybe somewhere that we've helped someone previously, then we're reaching back out to those contractors. Again, this is the trade. So when we're talking about bathroom remodels, then a lot of times those contractors are going to donate their time to be able to help get a bathroom retrofitted for one of these recipients. So it's pretty cool to see just kind of full circle with that. But we're trying to kind of build a book of people that we can reach out
Hmm.
to within the industry. And then again, since we can't be there throughout the process, then we're just relying on the recipient to keep us informed. We want to kind of have progress pictures so that we can share that story and then be able to see the final product complete and everything done. So then we can be able to share that with whoever has donated and let them see that this is what your dollars are doing. And then with the foundation, the board of directors is completely volunteer. It's not like we're over here, pulling a salary or, something like that. So, $9 of every $10 stays with the foundation. So there are expenses, obviously with any
Sure.
with any organization, but you know, the money we're keeping it to be able to continue to help people. And now we've helped people in 37 states throughout the nation, and we just surpassed $1.4 million in grants that have been
Oh my
given.
gosh, that's fantastic.
I know.
Well, how can other home service how can home service companies really like incorporate support for the foundation into their own business or even maybe their marketing efforts? Is there
Mhm.
anything that you've seen be successful or have any advice?
Well, right now, that's the biggest part of what we're trying to do is, Service Station is our one of our biggest supporters, and now we're trying to be able to branch out to get in front of more people. Right now, it's just being able to educate people that the foundation is even available and that it's out there, and we have some opportunities this year where we're going to be at some more of the trade shows, and hopefully be able to kind of broaden our audience, because it is hard to just be like, hey, let me shout it from every rooftop that this is
Yeah.
available in case this happens. So right now, anyone that is familiar with the foundation or has had any interaction, then I would strongly encourage them to like their Facebook page. We've got a YouTube channel. We've got a LinkedIn. Be able to follow those. And whenever you see spotlights of grant recipients, to maybe share that and just be able to kind of, spread that across your
Hmm.
network of people
Network.
to
Yeah.
where, again, if it's not something that someone has ever heard of, then maybe it might catch their eye and they can, dig in and kind of take a look and see what it's about. And the other thing is we have our luminary drives. Like, luminary giving is ongoing
Mm.
giving. So just a monthly give of whatever you want it to be. And so any business owners, then I encourage them to bring the foundation to their team, encourage the technicians to maybe look into being a luminary giver, so that they're $10 a month, and be able to see what that can do to someone within their trade family, and how that can be a very impactful gift for somebody that's within the home service industry.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I think that we all need to be paying attention to how we can go ahead and provide resources for our teams to be able to give back to organizations like the Joseph Grow Foundation. And then as large companies, like we can always, at the end of the year, especially like people are looking for places to make a donation, the Joseph Grow Foundation would be a wonderful place for you to start. It should be near and dear to most of our hearts. And I guess be looking for you guys at some of the upcoming industry shows,
Yeah, we're
right?
gonna we're gonna branch out a little bit.
Yeah, doing some big things. So,
Yeah.
well, is there anything else you would like the listeners to know about Joseph Grow Foundation? And then tell us for sure, how do we like officially reach out? What's the web address and things like that?
So web address is josephgrowfoundation.org. And I just encourage you to go click through it and kind of familiarize yourself with what there is, what we're doing, and what we've done. Be able to read some of the stories, and then one of our other opportunities, if it happens to be within your area, is that we have 4 golf tournaments a year. That's
Oh,
a big uh, a big contribution for the foundation. So there's one in the Dallas area, Chicago, Minneapolis, and then with Service Nation at their fall show in Vegas. So if you're a golfer, then maybe check out the information on the website to be able to see if maybe that's near you, and if you want to be able to be a part of that. Um, but otherwise, it would be just to talk, just to share it, just be able to talk about it. If you're a business owner, then talk about it with your technicians and let them know what's out there. The biggest part of anything we're trying to do is just to broaden our reach.
mhm.
So if there's a, if, I mean, uh, I've done a couple of team meetings just via like Zoom where I'll come on and be able to talk about the foundation and let the team know what they can do to be able to, help their fellow contractors. So, it's just talking about it and letting people know that
Yeah.
it's even available because I think that our circle has been small up till now, and being being able to to branch out and to look and see what other opportunities there are out there. Like you said, with business owners, with it being the end of the year, all donations are 100% tax deductible. So if someone's looking for that, last ditch effort for a little charitable contribution on their tax return, then we would love to be able to help you with that. Um,
Yeah.
or then, even within your organization, if you want to do an event or, something where a portion of, a proceed or something is going to the foundation, then we've seen things as far as, a lot of times, you see food drives and people just want to be able to just provide money for a food drive
Hmm.
or, something like that. Well, if you have an event or something that you're maybe reaching out to your area and your customers to be able to support, then you have a customer that's a fan for life of your business and they love your technicians, then they maybe they're going to want to you know support something that is supporting the people that are taking care of their home. So it even more full circle.
Absolutely. And, again, I'm going to go back to a couple of things that you said that I want to pick up on. Like, one of those things is, it has to be a part of your culture to give back. And so when you, as an owner, as a business owner, when you make it a part of your company culture to give back, then you start identifying what organizations really impact your team. Joseph Grow is a great representation of that. But a lot of your team might have grown up in foster homes or the Boys and Girls Clubs or whatever the
Mhm.
organizations are that really impact them. So it really should be a lot of our core values that we are implementing of a good partnership with local organizations so that we can give back. So,
Absolutely.
well, perfect. Well, Tanya, thank you so much for joining us. I know this one was short and sweet. We just thought it would be a great opportunity to talk about the foundation. I do know that Joseph Groh has a unique spelling, so it's Joseph and then Groh foundation website. Make sure you visit it, josephgrowfoundation.org. And again, guys, whether it's a donation, a partnership for those of you that can, or just sharing, like Tanya mentioned, their social media, getting on there, encouraging this luminary giving that she mentioned. There's so many opportunities for you to be a part of something greater and something that's really making a difference in the trade. So, Tanya, if people wanted to just reach out to you for any reason, how can they reach out to you?
Email is fine. It's Tanya.Strittmatter. We'll need to maybe put this somewhere because along
Yeah,
with Joe's name and his spelling, then mine is unique. But Tanya, TAWNYA .Strittmatter, STRITTMATTER at josephgrowfoundation.org. So
perfect.
email
We will put that
or
in the show notes.
yeah, or I'm
Yeah.
my cell phone. You can call me if you need help, or there's something that you want, some clarification on, or something that you want to be able to try and partner with. Then I call me up. My phone number 940-465-4581.
Absolutely. We'll get all that put in the show notes for people to reach out. And then we'll be promoting it on our From the Yellow Chair podcast socials.
Thank you.
So make sure you go follow it. Guys, thank you for listening to another episode of From the Yellow Chair. We would love for you to give us a share, a like, a comment, a review, anything you can to help us spread the word about us, sharing tons of marketing and important culture information here on From the Yellow Chair podcast. Lemon Seed Marketing is your marketing coaches for all things marketing strategy and branding. And we will sip some lemonade next time. Talk to you soon.